Mach E Mustang in a little bit of trouble.
How many Mach E's does my dealership have? There's probably 50 more Mach E's here.
How's it going, guys? This is my 2021 Mach E, and it's lost over half its value in the last 2 years that I've owned it.
Ford announced that they would cut prices of their Mach E by $8,000 or up to $8,100 after their sales fell sharply in January. I'm not laughing, but this is what happens when you go all in on the EV revolution, right? 2035, everyone's got to do it. They ramp up their dealerships and boom, we're pushing EVs. They're not the only ones doing it. But here's what's interesting. If you look at the current inventory, now I'll get a couple of definitions here. Days supply, because I'm going to talk about days supply and units, which is the unit count. So the unit count is the inventory, which means how many vehicles are on hand at dealerships. That actually includes factory lots that haven't arrived yet, in transit or ports of entry. So all units that have been produced and are sort of out there in some sort of phase, either landed or in transit. And then day supply is the number of days needed based on historical data to sell all the vehicles in the inventory. Now, pre-pandemic, supplies were 45 to 60 days. That was pretty typical. During the pandemic, man, they were bleak, 8 to 10 days. And so a lot of the automotive brands, Lincoln, Acura, 100 days, 99 days, 62 days, Honda levels, 47 days for the Accord. I'm just giving you some reference points. Genesis, they have about 73 days for total Genesis, both trucks and cars. Mazda inventory is down to around between 43 and 62, depending on what you're looking for, but not bad levels. Subaru, they've got a total of inventory 7,200, which equals 35 days supply. Now get this, Ford. Let me pull this up here. Ford Mustang Mach E. They have 21,400 units, representing 413 days supply.
What the hell was that?
413 days. Remember, the days supply is what they expect to sell. 413, while all their other vehicles are somewhere between 38 and 79. 413. So they're banking on this EV. They're cranking out their factory. They got all these Mach E Mustangs. Now, granted, sales prior to January were doing pretty good. I don't have a handle as to just exactly why. I think I can speculate. One is Tesla dropped their prices, so that reflexively hurt the market for EVs across the board. So that was one of them, Tesla. Two, obviously the market is not great for trade-in on used cars. Interest rates are terrible. I think people are finding that charging stations are difficult. The price of EV vehicles in general is much higher than the internal combustion. Range on them is still not perfect. I think all those factors are playing into this. Now, what is that going to do? Well, they've already announced they've dropped $8,000. They're going to, or up to $8,000. But a 51% drop, they could be in trouble. They could be in a lot of trouble. This is big time. This is big time. And so what are they going to do? They're going to throttle production. They're also throttling production or reducing production of the F-150 Lightning pickup truck at the Michigan Electric Vehicle Center starting April 1st. We might see in 2024, it's like a centipede where the hump is sort of catching up, this hump of production, and then it slides, and all of a sudden we start to see a surplus go way up, just like I predicted. And so we're going to start to see a lot of incentives. But I'm a little just, I'm not personally frustrated by this. This doesn't shock me, but you've got Ford scratching their head going, hey, we went all in on this EV, and now they're going, how are we going to sell these vehicles that are out there when people don't want them? So they're in trouble. So hold on to your wallet. Let this play out. It's going to be a buyer's market in the next 6 months. I think you're going to see some major incentives. You're going to see some price cuts. You're going to have to see manufacturer interest rates, right? So 0%, 1.9, 2.9. Hang on to that. But for right now, Mach E, you're in trouble. Till next time, Shane, Guys Talking Cars.